This is money. 12 feet wide, 4 tons. Too heavy to move, too big to steal. Yet for centuries, this was the most trusted currency on Earth. And here's the craziest part. You could own one sitting at the bottom of the ocean. Yap Island, middle of nowhere, Pacific Ocean. 5,000 people living on a tiny island with zero natural resources. No gold, no silver, no precious metals. Just one thing: limestone. And a completely insane idea. But here's the problem. Yap Island doesn't even have good limestone. The nearest quality limestone? Palau, 280 miles away, across open ocean. No engines, no GPS, just outrigger canoes. So naturally, they sailed there, carved 4-ton discs, and paddled them back. Because if money's going to be ridiculous, might as well go all in. Here's how you mined money on Yap Island. Step 1. Convince a crew to risk their lives sailing to Palau. Step 2. Find a massive limestone boulder. Step 3. Using stone tools, because that's all you have, carve a disc 12 feet across with a hole in the middle. Step 4. Get it onto your canoe without sinking. Step 5. Paddle 280 miles back through storms, currents, possibly sharks, with 4 tons of rock threatening to capsize you every second. The hole in the middle? That's so you can slide a pole through and carry it with, say, 30 of your closest friends, because that's how many people it takes to move your savings account. Now here's where it gets genius. Once you got the stone to Yap Island, you just left it. In the village center, on a path, in someone's yard. Didn't matter, because ownership wasn't about possession. You owned the stone not by guarding it, but because everyone agreed you owned it. The entire island was the ledger. If you wanted to buy something, you'd announce, "I'm transferring ownership of my rye stone to you." The stone never moved. Ownership just changed. It's literally a public ledger, distributed across thousands of people's memories. No central authority, no written records, pure consensus. Yapese Islanders invented blockchain 1,500 years before Bitcoin. And because everyone knew everyone on a small island, fraud was impossible. Try lying about who owns a stone, 5,000 witnesses will correct you instantly. But the most famous rye stone in Yap's history? It's at the bottom of the ocean, and it's still one of the most valuable. Centuries ago, a crew successfully quarried a massive, perfect stone. On the journey home, a storm hit. The stone was so heavy, it pulled the canoe down. They had to cut it loose. It sank to the ocean floor. The crew barely survived. When they returned to Yap, they explained what happened. And here's the crazy part. Everyone believed them. More importantly, everyone agreed the stone still existed, still had value, and the family still owned it. For generations, that family used the underwater stone in transactions, bought land with it, transferred ownership. Nobody had seen the stone in centuries. Didn't matter. Consensus said it was real and valuable. Think about that. A 4-ton rock sitting 200 feet underwater was functioning as currency. Because money isn't the object, it's the agreement. Rye stones came in different sizes. Some were small, only 1 foot across, maybe 50 pounds. Those were for everyday transactions, like buying a pig. Value came from the story. How dangerous was the journey? How perfect was the craftsmanship? Did it have a history? Was it owned by a chief? The ocean stone was incredibly valuable not despite being lost, but because of its story. The crew risked everything, survived disaster, and still claimed ownership. That's legendary. That's worth more than convenience. So what can 4-ton immovable rocks teach us about money? First lesson: Money doesn't need to be portable. Your bank account is just numbers in a database. You can't hold it, can't move it, just like a rhinestone. The money itself never moves. Ownership just transfers. Second lesson, money is pure consensus. A dollar works because we agree it works. Bitcoin works because we agree it works. Rhinestones worked because Yapese agreed they worked. All money is collective hallucination. Third lesson, scarcity creates value, but not the way you think. Rhinestones weren't rare. Limestone exists everywhere. But getting a rhinestone to Yap Island? That was rare. That was costly. That's where value came from. Bitcoin isn't valuable because it's digital. It's valuable because mining it costs electricity, hardware, and time. Just like rhinestones cost labor, risk. And the final lesson? The best money might be the money you can't mess with. You couldn't inflate rhinestones. Every new one cost massive effort. You couldn't counterfeit them. Everyone knew the real stories. You couldn't steal them. They weighed 4 tons. The Yapese created perfect money by accident. Immovable, unforgeable, backed by proof of work, tracked by distributed consensus, all without computers. Maybe we're not inventing the future. We're just rediscovering the past.